Yo guys, the information about the Euphoria updates for our 3rd anniversary just dropped. And there is something in here that at least makes me extremely excited. That is something that I really didn't see quite coming to that extent at least. But let's dive in and let's go over the Euphoria update for Nautica first. Here we have it. Nautica Euphoria update rank number 1 says that Weaver of Light, your incantation number 1, while in Mother Spirit's guidance status, increases the number of Hige stacks gained after being attacked. No longer pulls apart. After taking an action, increases the number of Hige stacks gained. We stack Hige faster. We increase our maximum HP quicker. Super good, right? Speed. New effect for Hige. Each stack now grants additional damage bonus. That is incredible. You see the Hige stacks already increasing our maximum HP. That is already completely nuts and makes her unkillable, right? And now all of these stacks, we do gain them faster, more consistently, and they increase our damage bonus. Whee! Then rank number 2 increases the additional reality damage dealt by your incantation number 2. Increases the reality damage dealt also by the damage version of your incantation number 1. Okay. That, yeah, damage increases all across the board. That is, of course, yeah, Nautica. Look, what you have to understand is that Nautica is, even in the 3rd anniversary, without her Euphoria update, she is still the best character in the game. She doesn't need the stat increases that she gets from the Euphoria update. She doesn't need damage increases. She doesn't need all of this. But she gets that. And she gets it in a pretty good manner. They don't go completely overboard here, which is a brilliant thing. Very healthy, right, for the game's balance overall. But still, the fact that Nautica even gets like some sort of buffs is already insane enough even in of itself, right? Keep that in mind when we read this here. Okay, then rank number 3 says, wait, what was rank number 2? Ah yeah, rank number 2 was the damage increases for all incantations, and rank 1 is increase in Hige gain and the damage dealt increase for the Higes. Okay, then rank number 3 is a new effect for the ultimate. When attacking, if yourself is an adversary number 1 and at Mother Spirit's guidance, we will always be that, right? I hope, let me mention that real quick, I hope you already do this. I hope you know how to play Nautica, yeah? You gain adversity 1 by using the damage version of your incantation number 1. You always use that attack incantation before you use your ultimate, because it gives you a buff that is very beneficial to you. I hope you already do this, but yeah, I just wanted to mention it one more time right here. So, the ultimate, when attacking, if yourself is in this adversity buff and the Mother Spirit's guidance, we will always be that. Status simultaneously, then the ultimate might is increased. Okay, increases the reality damage dealt by the ultimate even further. Crazy, 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 crazy. Then rank number 4 says, her insight effect is enhanced, increases the HP percentage threshold below which self HP won't drop due to HP loss effects, and when entering battle, this effect is also granted to other blood tide allies. Okie dokie, not too bad. Now comes the crazy part with Regulus Euphoria and more. You will see what more is insane. It's insane. Okay, let's go over it. That is the thing that makes me so excited. Here, rank number 1, her Euphoria update, that just turns her into an instrument character, basically. Let's read it out still though. Rank number 1 Euphoria update for Regulus says, does not obtain regular incantations or ultimate. Uses energy to trigger an instrument to cast incantations. Moxie is replaced by harmonization. Gains Star Energy 1 and Star Energy 2, plus a special energy card called Carbonation Release. Then, your incantation number 1 consumes a Star Energy that deals damage to one target, mental damage. If it is a critical hit, reduces the target's Moxie. It can trigger up to 1 time per round, and it increases the harmonization. So yeah, let's keep it at that for now. Then your incantation number 2 consumes a star energy, deals mental damage to 2 enemies. If this crits, you reduce the enemy's Moxie. This can trigger up to 1 time per round. The Moxie reduction can trigger up to 1 time per round, and it increases your harmonization. Then your ultimate gains a new effect. When attacking, if the number of targets is 1, transitions it to your incantation number 1, which that you will see is nuts. Then otherwise, if there would be more than 1 target, whenever you use your ultimate, it would transition to be the incantation number 2 instead. Then Riot and Roll is changed to remove 1 stack after trigger. Okie dokie. That was just her rank 1, by the way. It's just a rework into the instrument archetype. Then her rank 2 Euphoria update says it is an update to her insights. The update to her insight number 1 is that at the start of the round, you enter the status Restless Heart. Insight number 3 is at the end of the round, if in Restless Heart status, you increase your harmonization. Restless Heart effect is changed to it increases your critical hit rate. Excess critical hit rate is converted to critical damage. Removed after attacking if it's not a critical hit. Regulus is all about critting. You need to crit with Regulus, pretty much all the time. You really even want to go, you want to have excess critical hit rate, because that then converts to critical damage, and whoa, it's gonna be so nuts. Wow. Let's keep on reading though. Rank number 3 is your incantation number 1 gains a new effect. When attacking, for every 1 level of instrument invocation, additionally deals mental damage up to a certain number of levels. Let's figure out real quick what instrument invocation actually is again. Maybe you forgot, right? This is brand new. So, instrument invocation refers to the total number of times all instruments have been triggered cumulatively in the current round. So what that basically means is you want to use Regulus's incantations, especially her incantation number 1, at the very end of your rotation, so that before you trigger the instrument multiple times with everything else that you have, and the more you trigger this instrument, or to say it in a more simplistic way, the more incantations you have played before you play the incantations for Regulus, the more damage Regulus's incantations will deal, and that is what you will always have to do. The same effect here applies to her incantation number 2. Let's read it again. When attacking, for every 1 level of instrument invocation, the mental damage that you deal with this incantation is also increased. Cool. Then, here, her rank 4 Euphoria says, and you can already see a spoiler, her rank 4 Euphoria says, increases the mental damage dealt by the ultimate. After attacking this round, Self additionally gains a certain number of levels of instrument invocation. Whew, everything stacks up, you know, everything that we have here is based around Regulus critting. Everything here increases the damage dealt by her incantation number 1 specifically, also for the incantation number 2. But the real juicer is gonna be her incantation number 1. And this incantation number 1 is gonna go completely apeshit. Look, again, same scenario here occurs for Regulus that already occurs to Nautica as well. Regulus doesn't need a Euphoria update. Regulus doesn't need damage increases of any kind. Regulus already has a best in slot in a very, very good team with Star Prompto. Giving her a Euphoria update to begin with, like, it is not what I thought this Euphoria update would like be in the end. Pretty much all that it's gonna be is they rework Regulus into a different archetype, that's it. But no, this one here goes way further and it increases her damage output, which this is a thing that Regulus doesn't need, right? On top of the stat increases that also come with the Euphoria update. This is gonna go really nuts, but it gets better. Something that I also didn't even consider, I didn't think about that for some reason, is they, of course, since they change Regulus's archetype, they also have to rework her portraits, and the way that they rework her portraits is giga bastard. Let's check it out. Here, her portrait number 1 now increases the mental damage dealt for her incantation number 1 again. It is another damage increase for her incantation number 1. Like, saying this out loud is hilarious. It's gonna be so broken, you have no idea, man. For every level of instrument invocation, the mental damage is additionally increased, like it wouldn't have already been enough. And the same buff here also applies to her incantation number 2. It is absolutely absurd. Here, check out her portrait number 2 though. Because further increases the mental damage dealt by incantation number 1. Are you kidding me at this point? What the? Like, her incantation number 1 turns into an atom bomb, like crazy nuts, and the additional mental damage per instrument level is again increased. Like, P2 Regulus is gonna be one of the best DPS characters in the game. It's broken as hell. Jesus Christ, actually. Here, her portrait number 3 is then, yeah, not the best thing in the world. Further increases the mental damage dealt by incantation number 2, and the additional mental damage per instrument level. Yeah, a little bit of a buff for an incantation number 2. Not bad, right? But Regulus is all about her incantation number 1. Then here, check out portrait number 4. Listen to new stuff. When entering battle, harmonization gained is further increased. At the end of the round, increases harmonization gained. Further increases the harmonization gained by your incantation number 1 and number 2. Super duper crazy good, because look, Regulus, this ultimate has the effect of, not only does it now increase your damage output for subsequent incantations used, which is crazy because of how crazy nuts her incantation number 1 is, but it also makes you immune for a turn. And with this P4 you gain more harmonization. That replaces Moxie, by the way, and whenever you fill the harmonization up fully, you can use your ultimate. And Regulus' ultimate is really, really, really good. It makes you immune and increases your damage dealt with your incantation number 1 and 2. It is absurd. Like, I can't believe what I'm reading here. It blew me completely out of my socks. Anyways, portrait number 5. Portrait number 5 increases the mental damage dealt by Sleepless Rave and increases self-additional instrument invocation level, only for the current route. So the true giga power spike would in theory be the portrait number 4. That would be like the true juicer. Recommended is to stop at portrait number 2. Yeah, that would be recommended. Of course, like portrait number 3 and 4 are also pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. You know what I mean? Gaining your ultimate faster is nutty nuts, you know? I mean, why? I can barely even tell you my thoughts. All I can tell you here is you really want Regulus P2. It's what you really want, and like, you can invest further if your resources allow you to invest further into portrait number 3 or even 4. I mean, you are cooking like chef's kiss, I'm telling you. Like, trust me, Regulus is gonna be broken. Crazy shit. I can barely put this into words other than telling you Regulus is gonna be out of control. Like, out of control. Her incantation number 1, as I said, that thing is an atom bomb, bro. It's gonna be, the damage is gonna be out of control like barely anything else. I'm telling you, Nautica and Regulus, those two are gonna be the best DPS characters in the game when the shit drops, man. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, I hope you had as much fun as I did with these Euphoria updates, and I hope that was informative as well. But that's it from me for today, guys. I hope that video was, as I said, fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and this is super exciting.